All right, here we go. You've got a price that you think will work for you. You think it'll work for the buyer. You are relating to yourself like the CEO. You've either hired a COO or you've got the spreadsheet worked out of value to know that it's not worth hiring a COO, that you're going to handle all the sales and all the marketing and all the preparation and all the negotiations yourself because it's for whatever financial reason you want to take all that on yourself. So here we go. What do you need to do first? All right, well, preparation. The separations in the preparation, as my main man, Russell Wilson, will say. So what do you do? Well, first, you got to remember, you're not selling your home. No one's buying your home. They're buying a house. So you got to make it look like a house. Not like your home. You got to make it not look like your home. So ideally, you'll move out. Ideally, you'll have figured out how to find a new place to live, and you'll already be living someplace, so all your stuff will be gone. That's the best possible solution in terms of ease of sale. For the buyer's perspective, having you not there at all is the best possible scenario, okay? Now, not everyone can do that. Sometimes you have to sell the home while you're still in it for whatever reason. Okay, if that's the case, then you need to get rid of everything that makes it look like your house. Got to get rid of all your knickknacks, all the family pictures, all the little clutter, all the little things that you have ignored that you can't even see anymore because it's been there for so long. And any of that little stuff that makes it look like you. You want to get rid of it because they need to see them in the house. And buyers have very little imagination. So if they look at a room and it looks like, a nursery for your kids, they may not see it as a place for them. They may not be able to translate that to an office space for them. Okay, so you need to get it as neutral as possible. Clean, 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 clean. Okay, outside and inside, especially outside. Okay, the curb appeal. People will have a sense of whether or not it's their home. It could be their home almost immediately upon driving up. You want to maximize that opportunity. It's one of the reasons why we pay for cleaning and for landscaping for all the houses we list, because we know that curb appeal, that moment, that pop needs to really hit, because that is a time where the buyer will psychologically make a lot of their decisions about whether this house is theirs. In terms of remodel, additions, things like that need to get done, I'm going to tell you to avoid it. All right, if you just take a moment and Google highest ROI remodels I can do, right? What are the remodels that return the most to a seller? What you will come up with is a list of the least bad remodels, okay? There are no remodels that you can do that will return $1.25 for every dollar you spend. That's just the way it is. Right? No one's going to pay you more to do the remodel than they could do themselves. And it's hard for a seller to find the exact color of a new carpet or any of the things that you might want to update in your house that will match your potential buyer's wants. Very often you're better off offering a credit of a certain amount so they can pick their own colors. In other words, there's very little you can do besides cleaning and painting that is going to return you more money than you invest in it. Maybe sanding the floors if you have hardwood floors. Maybe if you have carpet covering your hardwoods, things like that. But you can review those things with your realtor. It's just difficult to imagine that you're going to add a bathroom and then collect more money on sale than you did pay for the remodel. Same thing with a kitchen, same thing with any of that stuff. You don't want to get involved with that this close to the sale. Now, if you're living there and you're going to live there for the next 3 years, great. Remodel the kitchen, remodel the bath so that it's the way you like it, live it, enjoy it, love it, and then you'll get close to what you paid for it, but you'll never get more than what you paid for it, okay? So clean, 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 inside and out. Take down the trees, take down the branches, get the lawn looking great, get the outside looking great, some flowers that pop. Paint things neutrally, get rid of things, dump runs. Ideally, you'll move out, and then you'll stage the house. All right. Another reason why most of our packages include staging, because people have very little imagination, and if they see a room, it works for them if they can see some form of furniture, of how they could potentially use it. So staging is generally very, very much worth it. If you hire a realtor that doesn't include staging in their rate, we charge 3% and include staging in most of our listings because you can get that much more for it when you sell it, okay? So spring for the staging if you can, okay? Those are all the items in preparation that you want to deal with. One of the things you want to watch out for, the cognitive bias you want to be aware of, is the endowment effect, like things that you think are really valuable. Because you own them, you are going to think they're more valuable. Not necessarily the case with the buyer, so you don't want to get hung up on what you think. An advantage of hiring an experienced chief operations officer, someone who's sold a lot of houses in your price range, they can give you advice about what buyers want. And that, as the CEO of a company selling a commodity in a crowded market, the only thing that should be important to you is what do buyers want? Every CEO of every company that's selling anything, that's the only question that matters to them is what do buyers want? And that's what you really want to look for, is what do buyers want? A big advantage of hiring a realtor that's got a track record of selling for more money in less time is they know what buyers want. So all that work gets set up in the preparation. Now, one last piece about preparation is you could do a home inspection and offer that to your buyers. And the advantage of you doing a home inspection and offering it to your buyers are many. It'll cost you $500-600. First thing is you're going to get a punch list of items that you can fix for less money than the possible buyer is going to ask you to reduce your price for. So you can get ahead of the train. There's nothing that's going to come up in your pre-inspection that the buyer isn't ultimately going to find out about themselves. You're not going to hide anything from them. They're going to find out about it. If it was broken, they're going to see it. Gives you an opportunity to either A, fix it, or B, tell the buyer, we're not fixing this. That way, when they go do their inspection, they will either do one of two things. They'll either take your inspection and use it and waive the right to do their own inspection, which is the ideal scenario, and you set yourself up to have them do that. If you use a professional licensed inspector and provide them the receipts of any work you did, they may in fact just waive the right to do their own inspection and use yours. That takes out an entire separate negotiation period where you have the likelihood of getting nickeled and dimed off what price you received for the house. So getting that off the table is really, really valuable. The other thing they may do is they may do their own inspection because it's a big investment and they trust you to a certain extent, but they want to do their own inspection. Okay, bueno, no problem. But by your giving them this inspection, you do get to say, unless there's something that doesn't show, unless your inspector finds something that's not in this one, we're not fixing it. So you can do your own inspection, but don't come to me with anything that's already listed here because this is the house you're buying. You're buying this house like this, with these improvements like this. So that it, again, takes out that whole second layer of negotiation, that whole nickel and diming thing. And from the perspective of the market, you become an open book. You become trustworthy. You become, hey, this house has nothing to hide. And from the perspective of a buyer in certain markets, that's super valuable. So I would discuss with my realtor the opportunity and the opportunity cost of either doing or not doing a pre-inspection and providing it to buyers. It very often is very worth your time as a seller, and not everyone does it, and I highly recommend that you consider doing it. So that's all in the preparation phase. So you ready for next? Get ready. I can't wait because you're going to now go to market. This is the best.